Steve pulls up, ready to help you get that crop out of the field on your farm this fall. Now's the time to make the Chevy Silverado your farm's official truck here at Baum Chevrolet Buick, right from the start.
WHOW planting reports are brought to you by our title sponsor, Apex Clean Energy, planting the seeds for a better future in Illinois. Also brought to you by Whiffles Hybrids and your local Whiffles Hybrids dealer, Baum Chevrolet in Clinton, where you'll find the official truck of our planting reports, that 2024 Chevy Silverado, the Macon County Farm Bureau, AAK Mechanical, the McLean County Farm Bureau, Peterson Insurance, and Mainstay Metal.
News time, 13 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Monday. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 7 o'clock newscast brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters. Here's what we have for you on this Monday. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and later this month, Dove of DeWitt County will host its annual Candlelight Vigil. Details on that coming up here this morning. The Waynesville Women's Club's gingerbread cookies remain a mainstay of the Apple and Pork Festival, and Social Security is introducing new kiosks that are going to help improve a customer experience at their local offices. But first, we stream to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in Clinton. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and a local support group is planning to honor victims at the end of this month. Ashlyn Burris with Dove of DeWitt County explains they will host its annual Candlelight Vigil October 28th. It will include guest speakers, with the main focus being honoring victims of domestic violence.
Each county that Dove serves, which is Macon County, Shelby County, Moultrie County, and DeWitt County, we have candlelight ceremonies every year in October for Domestic Violence Month. So Dove of DeWitt County's Domestic Violence Program is having our candlelight ceremony Monday, October 28th at 6 p.m. That will be at Journey Church, which used to be Assembly of God Church, but now they changed the name to Journey Church. That's right behind Walgreens and that Lutheran church. Mm-hmm. And the address is 801 South Mulberry Street here in Clinton. So we will have some guest speakers. We'll have some singing, but a big thing will be lighting a candle to honor, recognize, and raise awareness for anyone that's ever been a survivor of domestic violence, a victim, anyone that's maybe ever passed away due to domestic violence, and to honor or recognize those that have ever been a huge supporter or helped or been an advocate of someone that's ever been through a domestic violence situation.
Burris encourages domestic violence survivors to attend and share their testimonies.
It will start at 6 p.m. We should be done by 7:30. And another thing, we will have refreshments afterwards. Mm-hmm. Another thing, too, is if you ever have been a survivor of domestic violence, I encourage you to come because you'll be able to raise that awareness, but also be able to find out ways you can help people that have been through the same thing as you. And if you've ever had someone pass away in DeWitt County or anywhere else that was maybe close to you in a domestic violence situation, come, and I encourage you to come, and let's raise awareness for domestic violence this month.
Burris says this is a good opportunity to build a community and support system for survivors who often feel alone in their situations. This will also help spread awareness of the resources that are out there to support domestic violence victims.
I think sometimes whenever we even go through any kind of hard situation, we think, no one else is going through anything like this, or I don't have anyone to talk to, or no one's going to understand me, to where a lot of people have been through a domestic violence situation, or they have seen it happen, or they know someone that's been through it, and we can all be supportive of each other and help each other with resources and raise awareness to help people.
And again, that Candlelight Vigil is Monday, October 28th at 6 o'clock at Journey Church in Clinton. Find more information at doveinc.org. There will always be long lines at the Apple and Pork Festival, but few compare to the line for gingerbread cookies, and for good reason. Patty Clem with the Waynesville Women's Club explains its gingerbread cookies are made by hand from start to finish, and they've had to adapt to how popular their booth has become.
Well, as most people know, we sell gingerbread cookies that are homemade from start to finish. The dough is homemade. They're rolled out by hand. We bake them and we freeze them throughout the year, and then we decorate them on the spot for the people here that like to enjoy them. It was originally meant to just come up and take a cookie and eat it and leave, but people buy them by the dozens. So we've had to adapt to boxes, and we've had to adapt to drying the bottom layer ahead of time and all kinds of things to try to keep the product as nice as possible for the customer, keep our reputation strong, because we have a good reputation here in Clinton at the Apple Pork Festival.
The gingerbread cookies are so highly regarded, people will wait for an hour or more in some cases to get their hands on them. Many will purchase dozens of cookies at a time.
That's very normal. I couldn't believe it. We had somebody this morning waiting about an hour and a half. The first person in line waited about an hour and a half before we even opened. The most today, I think, bought 8 dozen. We have people that usually regularly buy 2, 3, and 4 dozen. But a lot of times we hear, these cookies have to go to Washington State or Florida or somewhere because my kids just have to have their gingerbread cookies. And we've had them go as far as China and all over the world. So it's kind of amazing. Once people want their gingerbread cookies, they like to get them here at the festival.
Clem notes the money raised from their gingerbread cookies goes towards projects supported by the Waynesville Women's Club, and recently they helped with construction of a playground.
Well, it goes all over. It really stays mostly in Waynesville. We actually have a new thing this year alongside our tent to entertain the people who are waiting in line. Mm-hmm. We have 2 banners that were created by one of our members, and it explains the process of making the cookies, and it also explains what we do with the money. We have a playground in Waynesville that we have poured a lot of money into. So that's specifically this year we put a walking path around it, a concrete walking path where you could go around 8 times and it's a mile. We had a lot of community support for that. People actually poured the concrete, things like that. But we support a lot of activities in the community too, such as the Halloween parade and the fall. We give money to the fall fling. That's actually done by the Legion people, but we help support it. We help with the library and the firemen and whatever we can. Whatever somebody comes up with a good idea, we try to support it.
Make sure to stop by the Waynesville Women's Club tent next year for those gingerbread cookies and learn more about the Waynesville Women's Club by finding a member. This year's Apple and Pork Festival drew just over 80,000 people the weekend of September 28th and September 29th. Most local Social Security offices have gotten new kiosks that make it easier for you to check in to do business with Social Security. Jack Myers at Social Security indicates the kiosks are private and easy to use without assistance. Additionally, the Americans with Disabilities Act or ADA compliant kiosks include accessible keypads, audio headphone jacks, including complimentary headphones available upon request, and Braille instructions for how to use the kiosks and report any accessibility issues.
So, in the past, we have talked about our customer check-in process, but we focused a little bit more on the mobile check-in process. So this is something, if you choose not to use the mobile check-in process, which you would do via your mobile phone and QR codes you can scan outside our office. But if you choose not to take advantage of that, we do have the check-in kiosks within the front doors of our offices. And we've had those for a while, but we've just recently upgraded those. We're always striving to make sure that our services are more accessible while maintaining people's privacy. And so these new kiosks are a good step in that direction. Of course, they're private and easy to use without assistance. The Americans with Disability Act, ADA compliant kiosks will include things like accessible keypads, audio headphone jacks, along with complimentary headphones upon request, Braille instructions for how to use the kiosk and report any accessibility issues. And then they have little built-in printers to give you your ticket. They're enhanced 508 compliance, which is for visual impairments. The touchscreen monitors have privacy filters, so when you're off behind them or to the side of them, they're harder to see. It's really more so for that one person that's using the kiosk. So again, these are new to our offices. We've had the kiosks for a while, but these are just better. We had some issues with accessibility with some of the old ones, and so those are addressed with the new ones. But again, like we talked about, we still have that mobile check-in process, and if you can do that, that is a great option. But if you prefer not to use the mobile check-in process, we've got these new kiosks in most offices, so you can use that when you get in the door.
Myers reminds, last year, Social Security began offering mobile check-in express options, allowing customers to use their mobile devices to scan a QR code at their local office to check in for a scheduled appointment or walk-in visit.
Yeah, I really like that mobile check-in process. One of the things, regardless of what type of kiosk we have in an office, and this is, I think, probably a little bit more of an issue first thing in the morning when our office is open. After that, it's a little bit more of a flow basis. But when our office opens first thing in the morning at 9 a.m., everybody who needs to use the check-in kiosk, which is everybody that's coming into the office because everybody's got to check in, there kind of is a little bit of a log jam there because a line forms and you got to get to the kiosk. And if you take advantage of the mobile check-in process, you can do that outside the building before the doors open. So there's a QR code. We've got signage outside the building. You have to activate your location services on your mobile device so it knows you're here, so it allows you to check in. Then when the doors open, you will already be checked in. So basically, you'll go right to the counter to be served. You don't have to wait in that line for the kiosk. And it's kind of, the advantage is twofold. Number one, you get up there right away. Number two, as the weather starts to get a little bit colder here, I know we're still in that nice fall part of this season, but before long, it's going to be pretty cold these mornings. And if you take advantage of the mobile check-in process, you can sit in your car and wait. You don't have to stand in line because you've already got your spot reserved by checking in via your mobile device.
In smaller markets like Springfield, Bloomington, or Champaign, wait times are generally not as big of an issue as places like Chicago, St. Louis, or Indianapolis. However, Myers still notes this service would be a big help for a lot of people who need to visit an office.
I'm based out of the Springfield office, so at our office here, I don't think it's been too terribly bad. I mean, people can get in and out pretty quickly. We have all these online services at ssa.gov that we offer that have really reduced the number of reasons a person has to come into the office. I think that's helped. We do a lot of things over the phone as well. So the waiting times, to my knowledge, aren't terrible. But of course, we're a large government agency. We deal with people all over the country and actually, frankly, all over the world. But our field offices are in the country here. And in bigger cities, I'm guessing that the wait times are going to be a little bit longer. It's all part of our overall customer service picture. And I assure you, we're looking at all of it. We're looking at wait times on the phones. We're looking at wait times in the office and trying to do whatever we can to improve that service to the best of our ability. We do have something on our website. It's not going to necessarily address that especially, but it's called Security Stat. So if you go to ssa.gov, we've started putting out some information about where we stand with different things like processing disability claims and stuff like that. So it's really interesting data that has not really been available for all that long. But when you have access to it on the website, it's kind of nice to look at it and see. And it's even down to the state because our states make the disability determinations for us. So the time that it takes to get a decision will vary from one state to the next, and you can see that right there on the ssa.gov website in the security stat section.
Visit ssa.gov for more information on these new check-in kiosks at your local Social Security office. News time is 27 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Monday. More to come on the morning show.
Baum Chevrolet Buick offers full transportation options while giving you peace of mind. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick here in Clinton. This is what we do every day. We listen to you, give you options for routine maintenance, major mechanical problems, or collision repairs with a staff that's knowledgeable to find the best option for you. Baum Chevrolet Buick, your full-service dealer. See us at BaumChevyBuick.com right from the start.
News time, 28 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Monday. We stream to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in Clinton. In advance of National 4-H Week, State Ag Pest Survey Coordinator Kelly Estes is ready to celebrate. She is the club leader for Philo 4-H Friends in Champaign County.
We do everything. We have livestock, we have horses, we have some kids that show cattle, we have a couple kids that show rabbits. We're actually very high in poultry. We have a lot of kids that show chickens, my own included. We have members that do dog obedience. And then we have a lot of kids that do general projects. And I think one thing that sets our club apart is we have such a huge membership. We also run what we call project groups. And those are run by volunteers or parents. And kids are able to join these little mini groups within our club to focus on different project areas like natural resources, cooking, visual arts, animal sciences, photography, and I know I'm probably forgetting a few others, but that gives us the opportunity to meet with the kids in smaller groups and do activities, hands-on stuff. Maybe we visit local farms, or, here in Philo, we have Negangard's Pumpkin Patch. Our natural resources group loved visiting them.
National 4-H Week is this week, October 7th through the 12th. News coverage today brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters. Harvest Reports, Fallow Network News and Sports.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. Later this morning,